She left no public will, no official list, and yet, after Queen Elizabeth II's passing, something quietly changed inside the royal vaults. Jewels that had not been worn for decades began to appear, not on the Queen, not on Camilla, but on Kate. Were these simply borrowed heirlooms? Or was this the Queen's final unspoken wish, a hidden legacy reserved for the woman destined to become the next great queen? Today, we reveal the royal jewels that tell this silent story. The Nizam of Hyderabad necklace is widely regarded as one of the most valuable and refined jewels in the British royal collection. Its story begins in 1947, when Mir Osman Ali Khan, the Nizam of Hyderabad, then one of the richest men in the world, presented an extraordinary wedding gift to Princess Elizabeth upon her marriage to Prince Philip. Rather than sending a finished piece, the Nizam famously allowed the young princess to select any jewels she wished from Cartier's collection. Elizabeth chose a necklace and matching tiara, both created by Cartier, using exceptional diamonds of remarkable clarity. The necklace is composed of a series of interlocking floral diamond clusters, arranged with perfect symmetry. Its design is elegant rather than ostentatious, a quiet expression of wealth, taste and restraint, qualities that would come to define Elizabeth's reign. What sets the Nizam necklace apart is its timeless versatility. Unlike many historic royal jewels designed for a specific era, this necklace feels modern even today. Queen Elizabeth II wore it frequently at state banquets, diplomatic receptions, and formal portraits, often pairing it with simple gowns to allow the diamonds to speak for themselves. For the Queen, the necklace held deep personal meaning. It was not only a wedding gift, but a reminder of her transition from young princess to global figure, from private individual to the future head of the Commonwealth. The fact that she chose the design herself gave the piece an intimacy rare among royal jewels. In recent years, the necklace has been worn by Catherine, Princess of Wales, signalling more than aesthetic preference. Its appearance on Catherine reflects confidence, authority, and readiness, as this jewel has traditionally been reserved for women at the very center of royal responsibility. To the Queen, the Nizam of Hyderabad necklace symbolized international respect, personal choice, and enduring elegance. It stood as proof that true power does not need excess, only clarity, balance, and quiet brilliance. The Royal Family Order of Queen Elizabeth II is not a jewel in the traditional sense, but it is one of the most personal and symbolically significant items a royal woman can receive. Unlike tiaras or necklaces, it is a badge of trust and favour, awarded at the discretion of the monarch to female members of the royal family. It is typically worn on formal portraits, state occasions, and ceremonial events, pinned to the left shoulder. The order features a miniature portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, set in diamonds and suspended from a pale yellow ribbon. Its design is simple but striking, emphasizing the monarch herself rather than ornate decoration. Each order is unique, created specifically for the recipient, making it an intensely personal token of the Queen's esteem. For Queen Elizabeth II, awarding this order was more than ceremonial. It was a symbol of recognition, confidence, and inclusion within the inner circle of the monarchy. Recipients are effectively being told, "You are trusted to represent the crown and uphold its values." Unlike other royal jewels, which are tied to history, inheritance, or diplomacy, the Royal Family Order reflects personal judgment and relational significance. Catherine, Princess of Wales, received this honour as a mark of her growing role in the royal family. Wearing it signifies not only her rank, but also the Queen's trust in her ability to balance public duty, tradition, and personal integrity. In essence, it transforms a small, elegant badge into a living emblem of mentorship, responsibility, and continuity. For Queen Elizabeth II, the Royal Family Order symbolised the human side of monarchy, relationships, guidance, and intergenerational support. It reminds us that while crowns, diamonds, and pearls are enduring, the most valuable treasures are the bonds and trust that unite a family and sustain the monarchy across generations. The Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara is one of the most emotionally charged and recognisable jewels in the British Royal Collection. It was created in 1914 for Queen Mary by the House of Garrard, inspired by an earlier tiara once owned by her grandmother, the Duchess of Cambridge. From the very beginning, it was designed not merely as an ornament, but as a statement of dynastic continuity. Crafted from diamonds and pearls, the tiara features a repeating pattern of delicate diamond bows, the so-called lover's knots, each suspending a luminous pearl drop. In Victorian symbolism, the lover's knot represented eternal love, loyalty, and unbreakable bonds, while pearls were associated with purity, wisdom, and duty. The gentle movement of the pearls was intended to soften the rigidity of royal formality, adding grace and humanity to power. After Queen Mary's death, the tiara became part of the collection of Queen Elizabeth II, who later lent it to Princess Diana. Though Diana famously found it heavy, it became inseparable from her public image, appearing at state banquets and diplomatic events. Through Diana, the tiara gained an added layer of emotional resonance, one of vulnerability, transformation, and modern monarchy. In recent years, the tiara has been worn most frequently by Catherine, Princess of Wales, marking a quiet but powerful transition. For Catherine, the Cambridge Lover's Knot is not just a jewel, it is a symbol of trust, reserved for women destined to stand at the heart of the monarchy. For the Queen, this tiara represented stability and continuity across generations. It embodied the idea that while individuals change, the crown endures, carried forward by women who balance tradition with the demands of their own time. The lotus flower tiara is one of the most delicate and quietly symbolic pieces in the British Royal Collection. Unlike more famous tiaras associated with grandeur and spectacle, this jewel carries a story of transformation, resilience, and renewal, qualities deeply valued by Queen Elizabeth II throughout her life. The tiara was created in the 1920s from a necklace originally gifted to Queen Elizabeth, later the Queen Mother, by her husband, King George VI. Cartier reimagined the diamonds into a tiara featuring stylized lotus blossoms, a flower long associated with rebirth and endurance, as it rises pristine from muddy waters. This symbolism made the piece especially meaningful during the uncertain years between the two world wars. Visually, the lotus flower tiara is composed of diamond arches, forming open floral motifs, allowing light to pass through freely. Its design is airy and architectural, sitting low on the head and framing the face rather than dominating it. This subtle elegance made it a favorite for diplomatic occasions, where refinement mattered more than display. The tiara later entered the collection of Queen Elizabeth II, who valued it for its versatility and symbolism rather than its size. Though she wore it sparingly, its presence in the royal vault reflected her appreciation for jewels that communicated meaning without extravagance. In the modern era, the lotus flower tiara has been worn by Catherine, Princess of Wales, notably during state visits and royal tours. On Catherine, the tiara signals growth into responsibility, often appearing at moments when she steps into more prominent international roles. For the Queen, the lotus flower tiara represented the idea that the monarchy must adapt, endure, and renew itself through each generation. It stood as a reminder that strength can be quiet, beauty can be restrained, and continuity is achieved not through excess, but through balance. Queen Alexandra's wedding necklace is a jewel steeped in romance, continuity, and the ceremonial language of monarchy. Its origins trace back to 1863, when Princess Alexandra of Denmark married the future King Edward VII. Created as part of her wedding parure, The necklace was designed to mark not only a royal marriage, but the beginning of a new era for the British crown. The necklace is composed of large, old-cut diamonds, arranged in a series of symmetrical clusters that rest close to the neckline. Its design is formal yet harmonious, reflecting 19th century ideals of balance, dignity, and permanence. Unlike more ornate statement pieces, this necklace was intended to complement the wearer rather than overpower her, a visual expression of poise and royal discipline. Queen Alexandra wore the necklace frequently during her years as Princess of Wales and later as Queen Consort. It became closely associated with her public image, elegant, composed, and deeply respected. Over time, the necklace evolved into a ceremonial heirloom, passed from queen to queen rather than belonging to any one individual. Under Queen Elizabeth II, the necklace took on renewed significance. She wore it at state banquets and formal portraits, often during moments that emphasized continuity, jubilees, diplomatic receptions, and major constitutional occasions. For Elizabeth, the necklace symbolized the unbroken line of royal women who carried the crown's responsibilities with restraint and resolve. In the modern era, the necklace has been worn by Catherine, Princess of Wales, a choice that speaks volumes. This is not a jewel associated with fashion trends or personal expression, but with institutional trust. Its appearance on Catherine signals her place within a lineage of queens in waiting, entrusted with safeguarding tradition while preparing for the future. To Queen Elizabeth II, Queen Alexandra's wedding necklace represented marriage as duty, love as stability, and jewelry as historical witness. It stands as a quiet reminder that while reigns may change, the values embodied by the crown, service, endurance, and continuity, remain constant. The Greville chandelier earrings are among the most dazzling and theatrical jewels in the British royal collection, embodying glamour, confidence, and ceremonial power. Their story is closely tied to Dame Margaret Greville, a wealthy British socialite and devoted supporter of the monarchy, who bequeathed her extraordinary jewel collection to Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, in 1942. Crafted in the 1920s, the earrings reflect the height of Art Deco luxury. They are composed of graduated diamond drops, arranged in a cascading chandelier design that catches and reflects light with every movement. Unlike more restrained royal pieces, these earrings were designed to be noticed, a celebration of craftsmanship and bold elegance. When the collection passed to Queen Elizabeth II, the Greville chandelier earrings became one of the most dramatic items in her vault. The Queen wore them sparingly, reserving them for state banquets, formal portraits, and major diplomatic events. Their brilliance allowed them to stand alone, often paired with minimal additional jewelry, reinforcing the idea that authority does not need excess. For the Queen, these earrings symbolized ceremonial confidence. They were not everyday jewels, but rather pieces that communicated power, stability, and spectacle when the occasion demanded it. In moments of international diplomacy, they reinforced the visual language of monarchy, controlled, luminous, and unmistakable. In recent years, the earrings have been worn by Catherine, Princess of Wales, most notably at white tie events and formal receptions. Their appearance on Catherine marks moments when she steps into a more commanding royal presence, signaling her readiness to uphold the grandeur of tradition. To Queen Elizabeth II, the Greville chandelier earrings represented the balance between restraint and magnificence. They reminded the world that while the monarchy may often appear understated, it still possesses the capacity for breathtaking brilliance when history calls for it. The Bahrain pearl drop earrings are among the most understated yet deeply personal jewels in the royal collection, carrying meaning that extends far beyond their modest size. Their story begins in 1947, when the ruler of Bahrain presented Princess Elizabeth with a gift of 7 exceptional pearls to celebrate her marriage to Prince Philip. From these pearls, a pair of elegant drop earrings was created, each featuring a single round pearl suspended beneath a diamond accent. The design is deliberately simple, allowing the natural beauty of the pearls to take center stage. Unlike grand tiaras or statement necklaces, these earrings were meant for intimate formality, suitable for both state occasions and personal moments. Queen Elizabeth II wore the Bahrain pearl drop earrings throughout her life, often at significant emotional milestones rather than purely ceremonial events. She chose them for weddings, anniversaries, portraits, and moments of remembrance. Their repeated appearance became a visual signature of her quieter public presence, dignified, composed, and deeply human. For the Queen, pearls carried powerful symbolism. Traditionally associated with wisdom, continuity, and mourning, pearls reflected her role as a steady figure through decades of change and loss. These particular earrings, tied to her own marriage and early adulthood, represented constancy and personal memory amid the weight of the crown. In recent years, the earrings have been worn by Catherine, Princess of Wales, most notably during moments of national mourning and remembrance. Their appearance on Catherine is never incidental. It signals empathy, respect, and emotional intelligence. By wearing a jewel so closely associated with the Queen's private life, Catherine steps into a role that balances public duty with personal sensitivity. To Queen Elizabeth II, the Bahrain pearl drop earrings were not symbols of power, but of endurance and devotion. They reminded the world that beneath the regalia of monarchy stood a woman shaped by love, responsibility, and quiet strength, values she entrusted to the next generation. The Collingwood pearl earrings. The Collingwood pearl earrings are a striking example of royal continuity, personal connection, and understated elegance. Originally part of the collection of Lady Collingwood, they were acquired by the royal family in the early 20th century and later became associated with Princess Diana, who famously wore them on multiple occasions. Today, they have entered the wardrobe of Catherine, Princess of Wales, continuing a lineage of jewels tied to women who have shaped modern monarchy. These earrings are composed of teardrop-shaped pearls suspended from delicate diamond settings. The simplicity of the pearls contrasts beautifully with the brilliance of the diamonds, creating a balance between purity and prominence. The design is versatile, formal enough for state occasions, yet graceful enough for less ceremonial events. For the Queen, the significance of earrings like the Collingwood pair went beyond their aesthetic appeal. They were a link between generations, connecting Diana's legacy to the present, and reinforcing the idea that royal jewelry carries memory and responsibility. The pearls symbolize wisdom, fidelity, and continuity, while the diamonds reflect the endurance and clarity expected of monarchy. When Catherine wears the Collingwood pearls, it is both a homage and a statement. It signals her place within the lineage of women who have held the crown's public and private duties with grace. The earrings serve as a reminder that royal jewels are not merely decorative, but messengers of history, trust, and identity. In Queen Elizabeth II's eyes, jewels like the Collingwood earrings represented the human dimension of monarchy, a tangible connection to loved ones, mentors, and predecessors. They remind each wearer that the crown is not only about ceremonial power, but also about the emotional and moral responsibilities passed from one generation to the next.